was a great scholar, a great teacher, and Gandhi said to Vinoba that I would like you to be the first to court arrest and offer satyagraha. And Vinoba said, why me? Because it's your idea. You are the famous leader. Whole world knows you. Nobody knows Vinoba. Why should I be the first? I'll follow you. I'm the second. I'll follow you, of course. But you lead the way. And Gandhi said, no. I want someone who is completely pure in his heart or her heart.
Who's free of rancor.
Free of anger.
Anger and rancor.
And rancor. I still have some negative feelings for the British. I have still some anger against the British. And therefore, it's not satyagraha. It's not pure enough. I am not pure enough. So I would like you to set the example. And so, the reason I mention this is that the power of truth has to be used with pure heart. Your opponent is not your enemy. Your opponent is your friend. And you are only trying to change the system. You have no hatred, no anger, no animosity, no rancor against the person. That is the reason that Gandhi, wanted to set an example. Whereas Vinoba had no anger. He was a saintly, pure-hearted man. And so he offered satyagraha. And then with him, there were another 500 people who went to jail with him. And just to add the story, my favorite book which came out of that jail. Vinoba went to prison, was a town called Dhulia jail, and there were 500 people, among them professors, journalists, doctors, lawyers, students, farmers, peasants, poor people, rich people, every kind you can imagine. 500 kind of assorted people in jail, Dhulia jail. And there Vinoba, the first satyagrahi of that particular occasion. And everybody knowing that Vinoba was a great scholar of Bhagavad Gita. And so some of them came to Vinoba and said, now we are in jail, we have nothing to do here, why don't you teach us Bhagavad Gita? Give us some talks. And so Vinoba said, yes, I will be happy to do that, only on one condition. We have to take the permission from the prison guard. Prison guard, the warden, the head of the prison. And so a deputation of the prisoners went to the prison officer and said, sir, we have a great scholar among us, Vinoba Bhave, and we would like him to teach us Bhagavad Gita. We are going to hold sessions, 400 or 500 people of us, most of them will come, so can you give us permission? And the prison guard said, wow, Vinoba is going to teach Bhagavad Gita. I will give you permission, but only one condition. I should be allowed to sit and listen to him. That was the kind of quality of satyagraha. When you have a satyagraha with that kind of quality, that even the prisoner, the magistrate is saying in the previous example, that I'm sorry to send you to jail, and your prison guard is saying that I would like to learn at the feet of the prisoner. I'll want to sit at the feet of the prisoner and learn. And so Vinoba gave talks, and the prison guard, not guard but more than guard, officer, the governor of the prison, he was sitting in the audience, and everybody was listening. And there was one very famous journalist called Sane Guruji. Yeah. And he, in those days, nowadays all you have computers, but in those days, or in recorders, but in those days, journalists knew shorthand. So Sane Guruji wrote down the entire talks by shorthand, and those talks came out as a book, Talks on the Gita. And that book, I think, has sold more than 1 million copies, translated into 20 languages, German, French, Spanish, English, and Indian languages, Bengali, Marathi, Gujarati, all languages. So, and it's one of my favorite books. It's a ecological, social, and spiritual translation of Bhagavad Gita that you can find. So if you can come across talks on the Gita by Vinoba, get hold of a copy and you will enjoy it. It's my favorite translation. Karma Yoga, Bhakti Yoga, Jnana Yoga, all are beautifully explained in a very simple language.